it's even the game for a wiry young kid from Canada who didn't start playing until he was 12 years old, was barely recruited out of high school. And yet, Steve Nash, here you are being inducted into the Hall tomorrow night. Congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What does it mean to you that when you hear Hall of Fame, you're sitting there in the jacket? We were joking about it right before we went on the air. I said that you have a great color combo, otherwise you might look like a car rental salesman. Instead, you look like a Hall of Fame inductee. What does that feel like?
Yeah, I don't care what color it is. It's an amazing feeling. You know, it's one of those things that I don't think you really dream of. You know, you dream of playing in the NBA, maybe you dream of being a starter or an all-star, but to be in the Hall of Fame is like beyond your wildest dreams. So it's also a time to reflect on how you got here. So it's kind of one of those moments. I'm like the least sentimental person I know, so I don't take much time to look back and to become emotional about the things that I've accomplished or what's happened in my life, but this is a moment that I think deserves it because so many people played a huge role in allowing me to be here today that they need, you know, they need to have a chance to celebrate. I need a chance to say thank you, and I think we all need a chance to recognize what a special opportunity this is.
It's so nice, and that's one of the fun parts, right? It's like a little bit of this is your life. You have former teammates, coaches offering up their congratulations, some of them flying out there to be with you. We thought this tweet from Dirk Nowitzki that he put out today was particularly nice. He said, quote, "On my way to Springfield, so proud of my guys, Nashy and J. Kidd. It's an honor to say I played with two Hall of Famers. Unfortunately, neither was in their prime." I mean, Steve, you can't buy friends like that, right?
You can't buy friends like that. I mean, I can't believe he's coming. You know, usually you'd have an excuse or something, but he's gonna make the trek, which is great. And seeing his excitement recently, you know, over text message has I don't know, it's made me feel really good about this weekend. Like I said, I don't love to get sentimental and look back, but when people like that were such transformative figures in your life, all are rallying around this weekend, this celebration, and making a big effort to get here, it's definitely an incredible moment in anyone's life, and I'm glad I can share it with so many people.
Is there anyone else who's, I mean, that's a former teammate, and obviously you guys are still very close. Is there anyone who's reached out to you, either by text or just through someone else, to offer their congratulations that really surprised you, where you thought, oh, wow, this person is thinking of me this week?
Not really. I mean, and I don't mean that in the wrong way, but typically it's been like just a ton of former teammates and coaches and people that I worked with, you know, and so, you know, for me, I'm in contact with a lot of these people to this day. You know, it's not like anyone's come out of the woodwork and said congratulations or someone surprised me. You know, the relationships I made in the game and the teams I played on, the organizations, playing for Canada or in the NBA or at Santa Clara, or even all the way back to high school and junior high, you know, I'm still close and in contact with a lot of those people, the majority of those people. So more than anything, it's a great reunion and an opportunity for us to look back and reminisce and have some fun and have a few laughs, hopefully at my expense.
Well, you heard me mention earlier that you didn't even pick up the sport until junior high, and that led us to kind of wonder, when you were younger, did you have dreams of making what, the Hockey Hall of Fame instead? You played soccer a lot as a kid?
Yeah, well, both. My parents are from the UK. My dad played semi-pro soccer, so I grew up in this soccer household on the west coast of Canada. Basketball was not even like in our culture, so to speak. As a youngster, I played hockey, baseball, lacrosse, everything in school, and just was a super hyperactive little kid that was playing everything and loved to compete and to play and to learn to do things. So, you know, somewhere along the line when I was about 12, 13 years old, Michael Jordan came on the scene, and it was like nothing I'd ever seen before, and he had the coolest sneakers I'd ever seen, and there was something incredibly attractive about the NBA and basketball and college basketball, and it kind of sucked me in. And you know, I also went to a new school with friends who felt the same way, and so that was it. I initially really started playing and started to distance myself from the other sports for social reasons, so I could be with my friends. And it's amazing how things like that happen. And here I am, you know, 30 years later.
Well, the rest of us who've gotten to watch you play are very grateful for those friends. So I'm glad that they weren't into ping pong or anything like that. It would have been totally different for you and all of us. And you don't go into the basketball hall with a team logo the way you do in some other sports. But if you had to choose which team, which group of players, kind of which era from your career, what do you want people to remember you by?
Well, I think I'd have to go in as a Phoenix Sun. Those were my best years. I played there 10 of my 18 years, and 6 of 8 All-Star games were the Phoenix Suns. So I think it's normal and natural to go in as a Sun if you had to choose. But my time with the Mavericks was incredible. I really grew from a player that was just trying to make a career in this league to somebody that became an All-Star and a starter, and it kind of cemented himself as a player that could have a long career. So that was incredibly transformative for me as well. And getting a chance to finish the Lakers, you know, it went horribly wrong, but it was an incredible opportunity and a pleasure to try and do whatever I could at the end of my career. I'd never worked harder in my life, and will never forget you know, the graciousness and the support I got from the Lakers as well. But if I had to choose one, I think it's fair that it would be the Phoenix Suns.